Yet if hope has flown away in a night or in day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. So, first of all, now you can see the credit. You're saying it in a poem. You know that. So, our speaker's losing hope. So we go from really positive right at the beginning to now he's losing hope. He's questioning, is everything just a dream? How do we know that something is real? Because honestly, so far, he's had really a perfect angle. We're sort of questioning, like, was it real? Was it too good to be true? Okay, so right towards the bottom part, stands up. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep, while I weep. Oh God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? Oh God, can I not save one from a pitiless blade? With all that we see or seem but a dream within. Okay, so up to the while I weep, while I weep. Our speaker's speech, he's holding sand in his hand. He's trying to hold on, but the sand is slipping back into the ocean. Okay, he's trying to hold on to reality, but it's not working. Now, we can kind of picture this, right? If you go to a beach, even if you just go to Lake Erie Beach, I'm not talking anything fancy here. If you go to a beach and you pick up the sand, and especially the sand that's wet, or that's right in the water, actually it's going to slip out of your hand. Okay, so that's sort of what he is saying. Okay, the next part. The speaker appeals to God for help, but he doesn't get it. So he again questions, how When he says cannot think one repetitive way, he's still literally referring to the sand, but obviously it's a little bit more than just literal sand. So how do we know what's real? How do we know what's reality? How do we know what's dream? So if we're looking at the title, this is what we would do for orange. And you don't have to write the whole thing in orange, but so the idea of a dream within another dream, it is confusing, right? And it makes you wonder how you know what's real, just like the narrator in the poem. If we are talking about a dream, a single dream, that's pretty easy for us to know what that is, right? But a dream within a dream kind of takes that to another level. It adds that layer of confusion. What exactly are we saying, are we referring to? So it makes you wonder what's real. And that's exactly what our narrator is struggling with as well. Okay, questioning, right? Because he's just had perfect time with somebody that he seems to care about. But he's sort of questioning, like, is it real? Is that reality? Why would it end? Okay, so here's yellow. So with your yellow, you're going to highlight or underline the first or the bottom two lines. It's all that we see or see but a dream within a dream. So even though it's confusing, maybe we would say that you don't have to say exactly what I said. So even though it's confusing, I like the idea of a dream within a dream. It kind of sounds cool, right? It sounds like different and there's something more to be held or to be had. So underline those two or highlight those two lines, and you kind of give a thought. It's interesting, right? Because though it also makes us question. What is reality? How do we know when something is truly a reality. Think about those dreams that you have that are so vivid when you wake up, you're like, oh my gosh, I really thought I was there. I really thought that was happening. That didn't happen. That's sort of what we're alluding to. Okay, so then the line that says, is it therefore the less gone, underlying dream? And then next to it, you're going to write, why does he lose hope? These are my questions, right? Because he was having a pretty positive moment at the beginning, but now all of a sudden he's saying, if hope is flown away, is it just gone? So that might lead us to questions, especially at the beginning here. Why is he losing hope? What's going on? Right. Exactly. Okay, when he says, my days have been a dream, this is a metaphor. You're going to circle that next to it, right? Metaphor. Because he's literally comparing his time with this person to a dream, as in perfect. Okay? And then hope has flown away. That's personification, right? We're going to hope something that's not physically real, alive, tangible, this ability to fly away. So, for the figurative language, you just have to write the type. You don't have to solve it. It's good agree with the metaphor. I hope it's flown away is response. And then lastly, we're looking at our purple. Remember, this is our universal subject or a theme. This is something that we had to write about too in airport and road not taken if you guys are really confused about it. But a universal subject is a theme. So if we're looking at the themes of reality versus or sanity, okay, so that's what we write at the top is reality slash sanity, purple. And then to go along with that, then we would underline all that we see or seem but a dream. Dream is that kind of show. Okay, so now, so about 15 minutes left. You're going to go ahead and get started on the next poem. If you don't finish it today with your annotating and everything, you can finish it tomorrow. Because then we're just going to take two poems. We're going to pick one and make what we call a one-pager, which I will make tomorrow. So it's the same concept. The first thing you want to do is read it. 2 sentences in a short response. Read the back, annotate. Then you'll go through with the colors. Here's your cheat sheet of what each color is for. You'll go through there and you'll start doing this. Okay? Next to you stanza, right to the leaving. Box at least 3 words you don't know when to find them. That's red, orange, circle the title. Write a sentence explaining what it means or why it's a good fit for the poem. Yellow, highlight 2 lines or phrases you like. Next to them, write a sentence explaining why you chose it. Green, underline at least one thing that raises a question and write your question next to it. Blue, will hurt to stand here. Blue is find and circle 2 examples of figures of language, and next to them, tell me what type of figures of language it is. And purple, decide which universal subject best describes the poem. Underline at least 2 lines to show that subject slash theme. Okay, so get started on this. Like I said, if you don't finish it, finish it tomorrow in class. So it's not homework.
What are you like? Thank you. Like you said,
We should have taken care of that before the bell.
My bad, Mr. Casper.
He's signed over.
We will read instructions.
What's your say?
We're getting out our substitute review. Should I take out quiz 5? We're going to get started with our class review in a moment, but we should be looking over things on our phone right now. Tomorrow's test. Guys, get reviewing. The last study guide we got was from chapter 4, yes.
would be the ones that we like most use.
Forget how to drink juice for a moment?
Yeah.
Happens to me.
Ugh.
What is even happening? I don't understand why we can't follow simple instructions. Like, we're in high school, not kindergarten. And I'm really getting sick of it. So let's talk about quiz 5 first. So we should all have our paper copy of that back. We don't have it today. Well, I guess that is too bad for you. Alright, so here's what I noticed a lot of. Not necessarily one of the most missed questions, but number 1, read, guys. Too many people answered economy when ecology was right here. Read. Now on to our actual most missed questions. 2, 3, and 4 pretty much lumped together, right? This was about our levels of organization for ecology. Yeah? No, we're going to go through the quizzes first.
Oh.
Then the game.
Oh. Sorry.
Okay. Well, we might if we can actually like get through a review. Find out how it works. Okay, so our levels of organization. Remember, we start with individual organism. We can also label that species. That is our smallest level in ecology. A group of individual organisms of the same species make up a population. And then populations of different kinds of organisms, populations of different species, make up a community. So that's going to number 2. Species or individuals make up a population. And then populations make up communities. So then that sort of feeds into number 3, the simplest grouping of more than one kind of organism. So all the different species of living things in an area is a community. Then our lowest level of complexity, that includes living and non-living things. So all the living and non-living things in a particular area is a what? Who got that one? Say louder.
Ecosystem.
Ecosystem. So we're thinking of our levels that go from small to large, simplest to most complex. So our lowest level of complexity in all of ecology is that individual organism, the species. Okay. Species, again, make up populations, which make up communities. Then we add in the non-living things in that area to make an ecosystem. Bless you. Then categories of ecosystems are called biomes. And then our biggest level, the whole planet and everything in it, the biosphere. So 2, 3, and 4 all fed into one another. Study those levels. Just make sure we know the order, what feeds into the next one. Was number 12. Each step in the transfer of energy. So like each organism that energy reaches. Not an energy path, because we're talking about an individual step. It's not a food chain, because we're talking about individual step. What is it, Dave?
C.
Each step is a trophic level.
What is that?
What is what?
It's A.
10 is A, food web. And I'll kind of take questions from others. So, trophic level. Trophic means feeding. Okay. So that's why we have words like autotroph, heterotroph. Because we're talking about how they feed, how they eat. So each step is a trophic level. Right? Our levels are producers, primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, quaternary consumer. Those are our levels depending on which organism eats what. Next one was number 15. Are 3 kinds of ecological pyramids. What were they? Levi.
Energy, biomass, and numbers.
Energy, biomass, and numbers. That's straight out of our notes. We emphasize the energy pyramid a lot. Remember how there's more energy at the lower trophic levels and it decreases as we go up, giving us that pyramid shape? It is typically the same with biomass and numbers. There's more biomass, there's more organic living tissue at the lower levels, and it decreases as we go up. And remember, there's more plants than hawks in the world. Okay? Because biomass decreases as we go up the trophic levels. Numbers, kind of the same thing as biomass. There's a higher number of organisms, typically at the lower trophic levels, than at the higher ones. And then to round out our most frequently missed questions, number 16. It's talking about how energy is used, right? We've said that 10% is available to go to organisms to the next trophic level. Of the remaining energy, organisms use it for their own life processes, and the rest is, say?
I got D.
Did you say B?
D.
D, eliminated as heat. Okay? So, stored as body tissue, that's going to be part of the 10% that goes to the next trophic level. Because if it's stored, it's just there, waiting for whoever's next on the food chain. Right? Again, with stored as fat, if it's stored, that's part of the 10% that goes to the next trophic level. Used in reproduction, that's a life process. So that leaves us with eliminated. Okay? Living things, unfortunately, we are very inefficient with the energy. Right? We only use a small portion of it. The rest, it just gets released as heat. And that's not just with living things, that's with a lot of mechanical processes as well. Right? That's why, your phone overheats sometimes. If you're using it a lot, you notice it gets warmer because it's using all that energy for its functions, but a lot of that energy, because it's inefficient, gets released as heat. That's why coach tells us go warm up, because as we move around more, we physically get warmer. So that is because of our inefficient use of energy. Was there anything else on quiz 5 that you got it wrong and you still just have no idea what the correct answer was? Going once, going twice. All right, on to quiz 6. All right, quiz 6. We are going to start at number 11.
Are there a lot of questions missed on this one?
Yeah, it was kind of a mixed bag for this one. Alright, this was our most frequently missed question on quiz 6. So it was number 11, and it said, which of the following is true about phosphorus? So our correct answer here is that phosphorus is an important component of RNA and DNA. We need phosphorus to make our nucleic acids. That is the only thing true about phosphorus. So this one says phosphorus is found in the atmosphere.
Yeah.
What elements are found in the atmosphere?
Gases.
Nitrogen, carbon, in terms of the nutrient cycles we went over. Phosphorus can be fixed by lightning? No. What element can be fixed by lightning?
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen. Phosphorus is released into the air when animals exhale carbon dioxide. Well, we just said, is phosphorus part of the atmosphere?
No.
No. That leaves us with, we need phosphorus to make nucleic acids.
Isn't phosphorus in rocks?
It is. Next one, number 14. Producers release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere during photosynthesis. So clearly we can see that is false. Producers take in carbon dioxide.
They release oxygen?
They release oxygen.
Why is it?
It's typically because y'all might read it too fast. Because we know that, like, you're using like logical association. We know that carbon dioxide is a part of photosynthesis somewhere. So we're like, carbon dioxide, photosynthesis. Yes, true, they use carbon dioxide. And instead, it's like you read it too fast where it says, wait, producers don't release carbon dioxide, they take it in. So a lot of questions get missed really because people might just read it too fast. Or kind of like on quiz 5, the economy versus ecology one, it's like you saw ECO and you were like, got it, there it is. So that's also just skills we have to practice. You know, reading the question really carefully, rereading it, reading all your answers before you pick one. So something that, like a strategy I like to use when I have like a multiple choice test that I have to take, instead of like looking immediately at the answer options, I'll read the question and I'll see if I can just think of the answer on my own without looking at the choices. And then if the answer that I come up with on my own matches one of the choices, I pick that one. Because otherwise we might just like try to just do association from what we immediately see, which is still a very logical process. Like I can see you guys are using like test taking skills. Problem is we can't rely too much on those skills when we know you know the content, because we have to look for maybe things that might be like a little trip up, or again things where I'm trying to get you to read carefully. So something one of my college professors used to do, she used to hide bonuses within our tests and quizzes to see who was actually reading. Like she'd put it, like if the correct answer to a question was option A, then like option D would say like, draw a smiley face next to number 2 for a bonus point, just to see if anyone actually read all the options. So,
Did you read them?
I did, I got some. Alright. Next, was number 10.
Dang, they're like sheep.
Why can't the producers in some ecosystems make an unlimited supply of organic material? So our correct answer here is that one or more nutrients are in short supply. So this was my batch of cookies example. Remember, I had more than enough of all my ingredients to make 2 batches of cookies, but I only had enough flour to make 1 batch. So I can only make 1 batch of cookies, right? I can't make like half cookies with only half the flour. This is a baking example.
Oh no, I'll tell you when we do the review games.
Okay. So it looks like the one we seem to answer most commonly, aside from the correct one, is that energy needed to make organic material is lost as heat, which, well, I like that we're associating that energy does get lost as heat, so that's sort of a step in the right direction there. But in terms of making material, we're thinking of ingredients that we have. And then the other two, you don't really have to worry about those. Temperatures are too hot, too many carnivores eat producers, that's not really related. So when we're making organic material, we're thinking of ingredients. And next, number 9. Because of biogeochemical cycling, our correct answer was nutrients are circulated throughout the biosphere. So we're just going through which one is the most true. And this one you can't really argue with. They're cycling, they're circulated, they're cycling. So that was pretty much, I wonder if a lot of you read this and maybe thought it was a trick question, because, again, just saying because of cycling, nutrients cycle, because that was pretty much it. Looks like the most commonly one by living organisms are not limited by any one nutrient. We still can be, right, if it's cycling slowly. It's sort of like why we need to cycle it, so that because we're limited. So that was sort of that's usually the one that people answer most, aside from, again, that correct answer, that because of cycling, living organisms are not limited. So it's actually, it's the flip, like, we are limited, so that's why we have to cycle them. Okay. And then last up for this one is number 4. Okay. Which part was showing transpiration?
I got that right.
So it was, bring up the graph. Transpiration, so we have 2 A's, 2 B's, C and D. The arrow's going up. Water going into the atmosphere. In 2 places in B. Transpiration is when water evaporates out of plants. So we want the up arrows to be coming from the land. Right? So a lot of us answered E on the left. That's coming from a body of water. That would just be evaporation. Right? So transpiration comes out of plants. So we want that going to the atmosphere from the land. We look at the other arrows. A arrows are pointing down. So this would be precipitation both ways. C is going across the land to the water. So what would we call C?
Runoff.
Surface runoff. And then arrow D, we all answered that one pretty good, becoming groundwater. Okay, so that one is just remembering some vocab there, essentially what transpiration means and where that would relate to on the graph. All right. Was there anything else from quiz 6?
No.
Any question? One might have been another confusing one. Remember, legumes, peas, seeds. As we read in our Mount St. Helens story, they have nitrogen fixing bacteria on their roots to fix nitrogen in the soil. So this one wasn't in our most commonly missed, but I know it does tend to be a tricky one because there's a lot to read here. So a field that's been previously planted with legumes, then plowed under, is going to be more productive because legumes have bacteria living on their roots to fix nitrogen in the soil. Some people say more productive, and we see nitrogen fixing bacteria right here, and people see that phrase and they're like, got it, see, but then it says they keep away pests. Nitrogen fixing bacteria doesn't do that. And then it wouldn't be less productive. All right, on to quiz 7.
How many questions are missed on this one?
How many questions are on this test?
No, questions are missed on quiz 7.
Oh. Well, I mean, I still did a top 5. But quiz 7 overall went very well. I think so. Google Forms, it'll directly flag to me some questions that I think less than half of us got right. There was none of those on quiz 7. So at least half of us
So that's good.
got our questions right. So for every question, so that is good. But I still went through and found like a top 5 most missed. It's just that still, even though these are the most missed questions, most of us still got them right.
I missed 3 questions on this one.
So we're starting with number 16. Which of the following occurs during the ecological succession of an ecosystem? So, living organisms modify their environment a little at a time. That's the big deal of succession here. It's the living things that cycle through and change their environment, inviting more living things to come in and cycle through and change their environment. So let's look at the others, talk about why they're wrong. An ecosystem reaches a final unchanging stage? Nope. We're always changing. We always want to be going through day-to-day fluctuations. Animals move out until succession is complete? No, we want living things to come in. We want to have lots of biodiversity. Parts of communities split off to form new communities. Okay, we did talk about kind of a patchwork community within a larger one.
What?
Where we have lots of little communities at varying stages of succession, but we don't necessarily want to split off. We still want to be interacting with the others. All right, next up, number 15. One difference between primary and secondary succession. Secondary succession begins on soil. Primary succession begins on newly exposed surfaces, right? Secondary succession, we at least have soil. Primary, that is like apocalypse level wipeout, no signs of life. Okay. So let's look at the others. A said primary succession is rapid, secondary succession is slow. We'd want to flip those. C says primary succession modifies the environment, secondary succession does not. They both modify their environment. And D, only one person answered D. Secondary succession begins with lichens. Primary succession begins with trees. Nope. Secondary succession has soil. Primary succession needs the lichens to make soil. Next up is number 2. Which of the following is a biological aspect of an organism's niche? The way it gets its food. Because everything we eat was once a living thing, whether a plant or an animal, right? So that is biological, living, organic. Water is not living. Sunlight is not living. Soil is not living. up is number 18. Oh, we have to go back to another map. We have succession in an ecosystem. What organisms are found in the climax community for this ecosystem? Climax community typically implies that we are back to normal. Fully functioning ecosystem, we're not really making big changes in complexity anymore. So that's gonna be trees and shrubs. Trees is really the big one, because, well, literally, they're the big ones. And if we can support really large, complex organisms, that means we've pretty much fully recovered. Okay? Lichens and moss, they're gonna be very early on. Volcanoes and soil, well, that doesn't really have anything to do with succession, except for the soil. Weeds and grasses, again, they're very simple, so they're gonna be early on as well. Last community, trees. Okay, and then last up was number 17. A factor that could interrupt the progress of succession, another disturbance. We could be in the middle of recovering from a flood, and then suddenly a fire happens. That's going to set parts of the ecosystem back to another stage. In terms of interruptions, different animals appearing at each stage, that's our key there, each stage. That's our progress of succession, that different living things are going to come in. Colonization by lichens, nope, that is very much in the process of succession. That's who we need to build our soil. Long-term fluctuations in climate, long-term, that's going to be kind of day-to-day predictable patterns. All right, anything else from quiz 7? Once going twice. Okay.
Miss Casper,
Yeah.
on Monday and Tuesday, can we watch Buzz Lightyear?
Unfortunately, we cannot, because we have to start learning about population growth.
We could do that another day.
Maybe another day. Okay, we're gonna do our review game now. Our headphones should be off and out of our ears. Here's somebody's music.
Bye, Levi.
So same as last time, we're gonna go to our lab tables. Please try not to mess with my environmental lab setup right now. So just kind of steer clear of that. Send one person to get a whiteboard, an eraser, and a marker. I tested all the markers, they are working.
Wait, we pick our own groups?
What?
Miss Casper?
Oh, very nice. Now we're going to our lab tables.
Wasn't that one scene Spider-Man 2 where he takes the soul ring to the Venom? That shit's so funny.
Where the markers at? What did I say?
Alright, we all have a board, a marker, and an eraser.
Ew.
This is like. This is.
So
Something tells me not all of us grabbed an eraser.
Yeah. What?
You won't.
I think what's I think we're ready, Mrs. Asper. They're just steady talking.
What I do? What did I do?
Just waiting for us to be ready.
I'm ready.
I've been ready. There's them over there.
All right, same rules as last time. I'll ask a question. I will count down the time you have to answer it. You are going to write your answer on your board and then wait, because then I will tell you guys to hold them up. Then I will look at everybody's board. Whoever got it right gets a point. Remember, inappropriate language will result in a penalty for your team. We are staying at our own lab tables.
What is this? Like, there's something that's like stuck in front of it. Like, you can't do like this.
It's a pipette, and
Yeah, I know it's a pipette. Like,
I'll take a look at it later.
alright, I'll put it in this bin right here.
Okay, thank you.
Stay separate.
The winning team will get to choose between either candy or bonus points on their test tomorrow. All right. First question. We went over 3 methods by which ecologists can study their living subjects. Name one. N, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up.
Or
What does yours say, Ethan?
Observation.
Oh.
I can't tell the graph.
So the 3 study methods we learned about were experimentation, modeling, and observation. Next question.
I got one.
If our producers have 10,000 units of energy, how much energy makes it to our primary consumers? 9, 8, nope, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up. 1,000. Good. That is our 10% rule. Tomorrow on your test, you will have an energy pyramid to fill in. I will give you the amount of energy that our producers contain, and you will have to divide by 10 every trophic level.
Something on. What? I think.
Shut up, please.
Waiting.
How many questions have we done?
Photosynthesis is the process by which producers make food using light energy. We learned about another process that producers use in regions that do not get sunlight. What's that process called? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 1, hold 'em up.
Hold it. Hold on,
It's chemosynthesis.
Let me get my chemical.
Because instead of light energy, we're using chemical energy.
I got one. So smart.
Look at these balls, bro.
Wait, can our group get a half a point since we put chemical?
Good man.
That's
Little
so
meatball going on.
Next question. What word did we learn that also means producer? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up. Autotroph.
That's what we put.
Next question. What type of consumer eats both plants and animals? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them
It's omnivore. I don't know how
That's
to
what it
spell.
spells.
It's omnivore.
Did we get that?
I'll give it to you.
Did we get it too?
Yes.
Let's go ahead. You spelled correctly, actually.
Next question.
Well, I'm getting rid of the flat teeth. What I'm just saying, that's literally what I'm doing.
I need to wash my hair. I didn't know that was hand soap. Yeah, nasty scene. I'm sorry.
Okay. Next question.
Stop talking. It's not my last grade. You don't try to talk to me.
Shut up. Word.
What is the name of the type of consumer that eats a secondary consumer?
Hey, I can't.
9,
That each secondary consumer?
each secondary consumer.
It's like you just stretch the words out.
6,
Yeah, and that's what it is.
5,
Why are you telling him?
4, 3,
Whatever.
2,
It's close enough.
1. Hold 'em up.
You gotta tell her what it's going. We put tertiary.
We'll give you a half point. And then,
We put tertiary. You don't want to spell.
so the word is tertiary consumer.
I had that.
Does that work too? Miss Casper.
Wait,
Miss Casper, does that work too?
There's said carnivore.
Yeah, it's still the same thing, isn't it? But in a different.
Not necessarily.
Casper, did you give us a point?
Yeah.
How about half a point?
I gave you guys half a point because you were like territorial or something. I'm like, it was near there. All right, next question.
I love balls.
Give me one example of an abiotic factor. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up.
They got the, they got the, they know
Yeah.
Alright, very good. We all got a point there. Abiotic means non-living. So rocks, temperature, water sources, weather.
What about the rock?
The Rock, like Dwayne Johnson,
Yeah.
he's alive.
The rock outside.
Yeah, if you would play that,
Next question.
Can you smell what the rock is cooking?
Eh. What is it called when water turns into vapor in the atmosphere, but it comes from plants? Water goes to the atmosphere and it's coming from plants. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up.
There's a piano.
Who?
Transpiration. Next question.
Keeping you up. Why are
Which nutrient can be fixed by lightning?
I know.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Shut up.
Why you write so big, bro?
Bro, I can't.
Nitrogen. Very good, everybody.
I know, man.
Why you missing? Still right. Teach yourself because you're not going to teach you, but.
Currently, Group 1 is in the lead with 8.5 points.
How many do we have?
Followed by a tie with the rest of y'all.
No, we got
with
half a
7
point.
points.
We got half.
No, we're not.
Look at my favorite.
Alright, next question. We put a lot of nitrogen and phosphorus into our fertilizers. What process in the water cycle can carry that nitrogen and phosphorus off to like an aquatic environment and upset its balance? What process in the water cycle can carry those nutrients away from our fertilized fields? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
I spelled that
1.
wrong.
Hold 'em up.
No, technically, no, they don't get a point, they're still writing. Yeah, don't show
It's surface. It's surface runoff.
You had a misspelling here.
Well, we don't get a point?
Runoff or surface runoff?
Yeah. Well, do they get a point?
No.
Worry about yourself.
Yeah.
Wait, do they get a point though? Because they were still writing after you said time.
Trying to tab on other groups is not permitted. It's always my call.
Right call.
That's our one pass because I forgot to say that at the beginning of the game. We've talked about 3 different symbiotic relationships. What type of symbiotic relationship would be a bird eating bugs off the back of a rhino? What relationship is that between the birds and the rhino? 10, 9,
Usually.
8,
We all
7, 6,
Second right.
5,
That's it.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 'em up.
I don't know how to spell it.
Okay.
I don't know how to spell it. I swear it's it, I don't know how to spell it.
What are you trying to say?
Mutualism.
Okay.
Hooliganism.
It's mutualism.
He put neutral. He put neutral, he put right.
Next question.
touching Mickey Mouse.
I don't care.
Mickey Mouse.
We learned about 2 different types of succession. Which type of succession would likely happen after a storm? Like lots of thunder and lightning.
I don't know.
Nothing too dramatic though.
Wait. What happened if it was an atomic bomb?
Well, it's not about an atomic bomb.
But metaphorically.
Who do you think?
I'll answer it after we do the question.
Okay.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up. Secondary.
Not how to build a second.
What's the difference between primary and secondary? Not for a point, but just turn.
Number 2.
Primary is like everything is done, like there's no soil or anything.
Secondary comes
Secondary,
after.
there's soil and like there's still sign of life.
Yeah.
That's point.
Primary.
Can we get a bonus
No.
point, please? Because I'm the only one who knew that.
Next question. For living things that are part of food webs, utilizing photosynthesis with our producers, where does all of our energy start? N. 9.
Before the producers?
Yeah, 7.
Yep, that's right.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up. The sun.
Does sunlight work as well?
Yes.
I knew that. You didn't.
Next question.
I'm a ninja. I'm gonna speak English.
You realize you're just like.
That way you feel
Phosphorus is an important component of what biomolecule? What do we need phosphorus to make? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold them up.
circle. That's a circle. That's scary.
What did you write?
Atmosphere. I don't know how to spell sphere.
We need phosphorus to make our nucleic acids. So RNA, DNA.
I knew that.
You didn't.
I didn't know that.
Wait, who's winning right now?
We are.
I looked at them.
We got.
All right, one last question. What principle did we learn about that tells us that 2 species cannot share the same niche?
Parasites.
Oh, we'll have to do that tomorrow. That's our
Wait, who won? Who
final
won?
one.
Who's winning right now?
We'll find out tomorrow.
Who's winning right now?
Right now, you're. But we're doing our last question tomorrow.
Look that question up.
Yeah, I'm still live. I need views.
You got no viewers right now?
No, not right now. How many followers do you have? 160. Yeah, subscribers.
Hey, please.
Nigga. YouTube for 86 minutes. I'm talking about popping my AirPods. No, not my AirPods. My off-brand AirPods.
No, off-brand pods, bro.
No, I just got something to listen to music. I don't want to hear about spending fucking $60. Fucking dumb.
You know who Bo Bogart is?
That was a good air ball, good pass.
It's been 20 minutes, yeah.
I'm better. I got this, don't worry.
You can ask him. Yeah. You have an actual reason.
Huh?
You have an actual
What's your actual reason?
My joke's not
Life then?
life.
Life changing?
Life.
Why are you life changing? What is your life for? So like, how long have you been doing it for? Oh my god, 100?
Yeah.
In every single period. Really? Dude, why?
It's not. It's funny.
No, it's not funny.
It's not a period. I would have lost my ass off.
Tyson! Tyson!
I'm gonna sit myself in the face. Here you go, Jason. You can have this one too. You can have both. Why would you pick it on my stuff? You ladies alright? Oh my god, Steve's got 790 knockouts. I got 23. Ain't no way, I'm losing. I was using the biggest show. Just back out. Oh, okay. This is bro, he's got 7. Sweater, bro. Oh, we're going to work. We're going to work. What's he doing? He getting slapped. He getting slapped right here. He ain't got no skin, bro. What? 25. 25 on his head. Well, yeah, clinch. Yeah, you got it unlocked. We got this. Okay, okay. We lost.
Jade. Jade.
He's chilling.
I mean, I'll throw it at him. Oh my god.
What you doing?
Get a bad flip on
I know what you still watching.
Yeah, huh? Yeah. 3/4 I've been recording. Suck.
Alright, bro.
Up. Suck. Suck. Suck.
That's what I'm gonna fun in the game, buddy.